That's the passion. Abi? I can assure you that if you are the best at whatever it is you do, that money, it will come. We all like Nike, trainers, Mercedes-Benz car. Yes, they are the best and they are very expensive. So both the passion and the money, it goes together. But if I'm going to be biased and let you know my own perspective, put the passion first. There's something I want all of you to understand. You do not have to have all of the answers today. Your life plan, when I finish this one, I want to do that one, and then I move, and I'll go and do that one. What if God says that your direction is in a different direction? Just focus on what is in front of you and do your best to make sure that you are number one at that thing. What matters most is your willingness to keep learning and to keep preparing yourself. A wise man said, success equals preparation plus opportunity. I think you missed it. Success equals preparation plus opportunity. So if the opportunity comes and you are not prepared, may that one never be our portion. Make sure that you are prepared and you prepare yourself. So, I know many of us here, particularly the debaters, are young girls in our society. Don't let anybody limit you. Let me say it again. Don't let anybody limit you. You have all the capacity and all the potential to excel. I want you to also bear in mind the importance of character. In Yoruba, we say Iwa. Your talent, it can open any door. Somebody spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo. Fine. But it's your character that will determine how long that door is going to stay open. Somebody comes, he's good, he has talent, but his behavior and his character is not good. They will show him the exit. So be mindful of how you speak to people. Be mindful of how you treat others. Ask yourself if you are a reliable person. Ask yourself, think about it. Am I reliable? Can people trust me? Do I value people's time? See, this is my kaftan. If somebody tears it today, I can go and sew another one. If somebody wastes your time, there's nothing you can do to get that time back. How much do I value people's time? Am I a reliable person? Am I trustworthy? These are some of the life lessons that people will use to judge you, and it is not what you will learn in the classroom. Appreciate your parents, your guardians, and your teachers. You don't know. This thing I'm saying, somebody told me when I was in secondary school. I did like, he's talking. As I got older, I realized it's true. You don't realize the sacrifices that your parents and your guardians the sacrifices that they make to give you the opportunity and the chances that you have in life. Appreciate them and don't ever forget it. And as somebody in public service today, one thing that I've learned is that leadership is not about title. It's not about, hey, he's a commissioner. It's this. That's not leadership. Leadership is about responsibility. Leadership is about service. It's about trying, no matter where you find yourself, to improve the life of others. And that mindset, no matter where I find myself, I want to improve the life of others, is the mindset that I want each and every one of you to take away from this place today. Because as we are sitting down here and we're just having this session today, I'm very sure that we have a future governor of Oyo State in this hall. You don't want blessing. I'm blessing you. Amen. I'm confident that as we are here today, we have the next or one of the future richest people in Africa in this hall today. Okay, so it's the money that is the real motivation here. But that mindset, it starts from now. I told you that when I was younger, they asked me, what do you want to be? I said, I just want to be the best at whatever it is. It's being that best that will make you to become the next Dangote. So the future belongs to those who are prepared. And one thing I know for certain is that people from Oyo, this Oyo, where we are, we can compete with anybody in the world. We can compete with anybody in Nigeria. There is nobody anywhere that is better than us here in this Oyo. I'm saying it and I'm not just talking. I've been to over 35 countries in this world. And I'm telling you categorically, there is nobody, there's nowhere that they have two heads. We have everything that we need to be successful in this town. And it starts with each and every one of you young people. Change your mindset. We can do it. Say it now. Okay. I'm going to give you 10 words. 2 letters. That's 20 letters in total. 20 letters, 10 words. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. Say it to me. No, say it properly. Say it like you mean it. Now, close your eyes and think about one thing that you want to happen in your life right now. Have you thought about that thing? Hello? Have you thought about that thing? You've thought about it? Oh yeah, now tell me, if it is to be, it is up to me. That thing that you thought about, the way it is going to become a reality. If it is to be, it is up to me. That means you can do it. You can achieve anything that you want to achieve. So, don't let your background limit your imagination. Some of you missed it. I said, don't let your background limit your imagination. Dream boldly. Why can't you do it? Work seriously. Stay disciplined. Remain humble. And never stop learning. Your beginning does not have to define your future. The future is in your hands. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. It's a lie. You can do it. And there's God. And God will always be on the side of he who is truthful and faithful to him. If Adam can be created with no mother and no father, and Eve can be created with no mother, but she had father because she came from Adam's rib, and Jesus Christ can be created with a mother but no father, that's all. One, no mom, no dad. The other one, dad, no mom. The third one, mom, no dad. If that can happen, then why can your dreams not come true? God has the power to do anything. I'll say it again. Your beginning does not define your future. It is how you are as human beings that will define everything. Say to me one last time, if it is to be. Okay, you finished it, which is good. If it is to be. If it is to be. If it is to be. The thing is not inspiring me. Abi, kill any movie? Say it like you mean it. I told you, think about that thing that you want in your life. Whatever it is, think about it. You want to become the next Cristiano Ronaldo? Fine. You want to become the next Dangote? No problem. You want to be president? That's okay as well. If it is to be. If it is to be. If it is to be. That means you can do anything in your life. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it. Dream big. Oyo is great and will continue to become greater. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insightful session. So we've learned a lot of things from what he said, right? So I'm going to ask few people, what did you learn? Just like two or what did you learn from this session?
I learned that we should not limit ourselves, that we can do all things.
She said she learned that we should not limit ourselves. We can do all things. If you set your mind to do something, you can actually achieve it. And don't, because of your background, limit your potentials. You can achieve anything. You can do anything you set your mind to do. So we are going to call on, we have 3 tracks. So our speakers are going to cover 3 tracks. The career talk. We're going to have science track, commercial track, arts and vocational track. So I'm going to call on Sovio Ajegbe Olushola to cover. Before then, I'll call on the educational secretary to recognize the presence of some people.
All right, thank you so much. How was the session? In one word. Great, amazing, superb. Oh, inspiring. Oh, I'm happy to hear. Barrister, thank you so much once again, sir. We are deeply grateful. You saw how he spoke with so much ease. How many of you noticed? With so much ease, depth. Oh my God. I want to be like when I grow up, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Engineer Olawale Adelako in the room, a long-serving member of Oyo Global Forum who have served in several leadership capacities, including being a board of trustee member of OGF. Jam your hands together. Thank you so much, Engineer. Thank you so much. We are always glad to have stakeholders like you in the room. Also, we have the one of the powerhouses of OGF, our Women Affairs Secretary at OGF, Dr. Mrs. Shakirat Adeshola. Please jam your hands together. You see, say my mama, she's too fine. Oh yeah, now. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you. Then we have Alarapo Ibrahim in the room, former FOSU president, Federation of Oyo State Student Union. Jam your hands together for him. Also, we just have the General Secretary of OGF stepped in, Mr. Omobosola Oladepopo. Jam your hands together for him. Thank you so much for coming around. So, the commissioner might be leaving anytime soon, but whenever he's leaving, we'll do some short activity before he leaves. Okay. So, Honorable Oropoto, please come forward. Dr. Mrs. Shakirat, please come forward. We want to take a shot. Dr. Mrs. Shakirat, Mr. Mobosola, please come forward. Very quickly. Any OGFS course in the room, please come. Okay, Engineer Olawale Adelakun, sir, please come forward, sir. Any OGF executive in the room, please come forward. Very quickly, so we can take this shot.
Desire. Check the roster, baby, keep in mind your data. Hallelujah, Moto Shakira. It's not a lie, but if you're online, you go lose your number. I'm available at your disposal. I'm ready to get busy for your hunter. I'm reliable in any kind of weather. There's no threat, make we use this so far. Kutuba, Eshiganga. You have to know, when this time you have to go. I know they kiss so long, go let you kiss too long. Mumba, baby mumba, pero mo let go mumba. The queue is so long, the queue is too much. Mumba, pero mo let go mumba. Let me take you. I am strong and bold. I am rough and tough. Let me see. Okay. Let it see. I am practicing.
All right, thank you. Commissioner, just a minute, sir. All speakers. Yeah, all speakers. Just a minute. All speakers.
I am nice.
All speakers. Then all volunteers, please prepare so we can file out immediately. We are very quickly. No, students.
Everlasting, you I need to so enticing. I know you like it, baby.
Oh, was it in practice?
Lately,
were you in the previous?
Now eat every step I take. I'm the expert good, not sure. The import good belong for. I'm useful to everyone. I'm common in knowledge, yeah. I'm thankful to everyone.
All volunteers, please file out. Yeah, that's okay. All volunteers. Volunteers.
wọ́n sọ pé kò dùn lọ́jọ́ sí abẹ́ òrí òun láyé wá ń jó sí gbogbo aṣọ photocopy street credibility àdìgún ọmọ ọmọ mi function to function from your birthday to your wedding day junction to junction gbogbo lé ọwọ́ mi ló wà during your anniversary àdìgún náà ní ọyọ́ ceremony kọ́mi 33 10 33 10 yeah 33 10 wúrà ní kó 33 10 33 10 yeah.
So we now move to the science career talk session. Students in the science field, this is for you. Please listen closely. So, please welcome Savio Ajayigbe Olushola, Director of Operations, Bomb Track Nigeria Limited.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We are good. Good afternoon, everyone. Are you guys happy to be here? Are you sure you're happy to be here? Okay. The distinguished guests, the respected teachers, my fellow students. Yes, I'm a student too. So let me put it that way. And then everyone that is here present, I want to say thank you to the organizers of this program for this privilege given to me. It is one I do not take for granted. Thank you, everyone. I also want to say thank you to all my people that are here. Can you all wave? Can you all wave, please? Thank you. And then my beautiful wife is here too. Can you please wave? She's shy. Okay, thank you. So I don't want to take much of our time. I've been asked to speak on this theme, beyond the classroom, preparing for life ahead. I actually have a slide. I don't know if the media guys can help fix that. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, like I said earlier, I want to appreciate the Oyo Global Forum for putting together this wonderful program. It's indeed a great one. I've been enjoying the program since the beginning, from the debate. So I want to borrow one English from one of the students. This personality you are looking at is Mr. Ajayigbe Joseph Olushola. So I was born and bred in Oyo too. I'm from Oyo town. Clap for me now. How many of you are like me, that you were born and born in Oyo? You are still in Oyo now. Okay, so I know like 80% of us will be like that. So when I was called to talk at this program, I was like, what do I want to tell these students? And I discovered that what you can most relate with is my story. Today, you are seeing a young professional in front of you.
you are seeing a young leader in front of you, and you would imagine it was that straightforward for this person. And I want to tell you that it is not that straightforward. So I've put together my story, and I hope that it will inspire you. So, I titled my talk to you this morning, When Life Changes Your Plan, Turning Unexpected Paths into Purpose. When life changes your plan, turning unexpected paths into purpose. But before I go on, I want you to do something for me. Because as we are here today, we have many other students in your school, right? But you were chosen to be here. So you say to yourself, I am lucky. Say to yourself, I am lucky. So you now say thank you to Oyo Global Forum. Thank you, Oyo Global Forum. Okay. So I said earlier that the title I gave my talk this morning is When Life Changes Your Plan, Turning Unexpected Paths into Purpose. So the second slide, please. As I've said earlier, I was born and bred in Oyo. And like every other student, I had dreams. When I was in primary school, I wanted to become an agric man. I even had a plan that time. Shola, my name is Shola, so I say Shola Animal Science. You know, Shola Animal Science. When I got to GSS, my dream changed. Just like everyone here dream have changed one time or the other. And I said I want to become an engineer. You know, because you know when the commissioner was talking, he said the environment you are, people that are with you will influence your decision, your dreams. Fast forward to when I got to SS, I chose finally that I want to become an architect. An architect. So you know, an architect will go to science class, right? You would have done career talks in your school. Everybody that wants to become an engineer, doctor, nurse, and all the likes will go to science class. So I chose I want to become an architect. And what made me choose that profession was because I have a brother in the neighborhood. The name of that brother is Boda Lanre. He's an architect. I love what he does. When he's drawing architectural plans, drawing building models and all the likes like that, I will sit down with him and I started learning it. So when I got to senior secondary school, which is SS class, I fell in love with the subject called technical drawing. How many of us did technical drawing? Yeah, okay, great. So when I fell in love with technical drawing, I started preparing towards becoming an architect. That was my plan. So when GCE came, SS2, we used to do GCE then. I don't know. Okay, sorry. I've not acknowledged my people. I don't know if they are still here. Up school. Oh, my people are not here. Up school. Up Olivet. Because I went to Olivet Baptist High School. Progedere. Thank you. So I chose architecture as the course I wanted to do. I chose, the next slide please. I chose architecture as the course I want to do because of the technical drawing, creativity, design, and learning from mentors. So your interests can evolve as you grow. Your interest can evolve. It is normal. You are not abnormal. If one time you would like to become a lawyer, the next time you would like to become a banker. You are not abnormal. You are just a normal human being. Your interest can evolve. So I took my exams. I passed my exam in my SS2. I except for chemistry, which I had a D7. But during the SS3 WAEC, I passed both WAEC and ECHO. I did jump, and I scored 183 in jump. You are clapping. You know, I read the news sometimes last week that the standard are so dropped that JAMB is not giving some cutoff mark as 100. Then, to study architecture, you have to have 240. Now, I got, okay, there's another thing students says. When they fail, they will say they failed me. But when they pass, they say I passed. No. One of the core lessons you have to learn as student is owning to be responsible. You have to be responsible for your actions. Be responsible for whatever you've done. If you fail, admit that you fail. It is not the end of life. If you pass, admit that you pass. So, I scored 183 in JAMB. It's not like I failed, but my dreams of becoming an architect in the university has been shattered because of that score. Some people will decide to stay and retake the exam, right? Okay. But when I was filling the form, I filled Federal University of Akure for my first choice and second choice. We used to have first and second choice that time. Then I filled to a polytechnic and a monotechnic. A polytechnic and monotechnic. The monotechnic was influenced by my mother. She just said, okay, pick this monotechnic. Okay. The next slide, please. So, after secondary school, I traveled to the far north, Mabera in Sokoto. I was working there. So when the results came out, they were like, I can switch. Admission in the north is very easy. They encourage northerners to go to school. You know, they don't like going to school. So they were like, I can switch my JAMB choice to Federal University of Katsina. I should come and study computer science. Why am I saying this? Basically, I have 3 things that I want in life before I go to school. Number 1 is that I've gone to primary and secondary school in Oyo. I don't want to go to an higher institution in Oyo town. Number 2 is I want to study architecture, right? And number 3 is I want to attend a university. But my score is not giving me that way to attend a university. So when I got the choice of come and study computer science, they will give you admission in the university. I hopped on it and I said, okay, fine. Let me go for computer science. And we started processing it. As we were processing it, my mother called one evening and told my brother, you have to tell Shola to start coming back home. Federal School of Surveying, a monotechnic here, I started the admission process. I cannot go to Federal School of Surveying. Another institution in Oyo, a monotechnic, they are all against my choice. I don't want to go to a school again in Oyo town. I don't want to study, what's it called? In a monotechnic. A monotechnic is a polytechnic. You earn a higher diploma, not a bachelor's degree. You understand? So, I was like, after, you know how mothers can be persuasive. I go back to Oyo. Then I met with this course. The name of the course I did is called Surveying and Geoinformatics. Who have heard of it before? Surveying and Geoinformatics. When the moderator was asking students the other time, what do you want to become? I was hoping that I would see someone that would say, I want to become a surveyor. But to my surprise, we had lawyers, we had doctors, we had teachers. I love teachers. My mother and my father is a teacher. So I was hoping that we will have a surveyor, but none of you chose surveying. It is fine. I hope by the end of this talk, I will have some students that will have interest in surveying. So life does not always follow your personal timetable. let's be realistic with ourselves. Life does not always follow your personal timetable. You have your plans, but life has its own plan for you. Thank you. The next slide, please. Entering surveying and geoinformatics, I felt disappointed. I resisted the idea. I still wanted architecture. But gradually, I discovered surveying involved calculations, drawings, technology, mapping, fieldwork, problem solving. You see, wherever you are is the limit you can see. And the farther you see, the more choice you have. It is good to become lawyers. It's good to become doctors. But we need diversity of profession for our world to work. If everybody becomes a doctor and a lawyer, who will attend to you when you buy your land and you want to survey it? Who will attend to you when ships are coming from other countries and they want to bet at the Nigeria jetties? So, the turning point for me, what I once rejected started becoming my purpose. I started falling in love with surveying. And how lucky that I am is that surveying is somewhat related to architecture. We are both in the environmental sciences. So, there's no how you work as a surveyor that you will not work with an architect. There's no how you work as a surveyor that you will not work with engineers. Even now in this era, surveying has evolved to becoming an engineering course. They call it geomatic engineering now. I don't know if you've heard of that before. The next slide, please. Okay, thank you. But I still want one thing. Because my elder sister and my elder brother went to a university, I automatically think that I should go to a university too. So when I got admission into the Federal School of Surveying here, FSS, or here, this small school that you see here, it's over 100 years old. This small school that you see here. I wrote JAMB again. That's the following year. Hoping that when I get admission, I will just forfeit survey school and go to a university. So the following year that I wrote JAMB, I scored 204. So 204 again. It is not, I'm not eligible to make it again. Then I said, I've tried my best. Let me continue with my ND program. So, but during my ND, that dream of going to a university is still there. So, when I've already fell in love with surveying, I said, okay, I can go and study surveying in the university. So an ND give you a choice to do direct entry. After your ND, you can do direct entry into the university and join them at probably 200 level or 300 level. So I did direct entry to Federal University of Minna, FUT Minna. I scored 340 over 400. If I'm not exaggerating. They did not pick me. They did not what? Pick me. My friend is here. We went together. He scored 360. They did not pick him. They gave him mathematics instead. So, but despite that I have my dreams, that I have what I want to achieve, I never stopped. I was what? Moving forward. Then I got this opportunity to do my SciWest in Lagos. We used to do, instead of IT in ND or HND, you do SciWest, student industrial workshop. I've forgotten the full meaning. It's been a while. So, and I did my 1 after ND, you have to stay 1 year before you can proceed to HND. So I did my industrial training, which is the 1 year in Lagos too. And when I tell you that exposure projects your growth, when you are exposed to so many things, you will grow rapidly. So one of the ways you can get yourself exposed, thank God we are in the era of the internet. Instead of watching too much YouTube movies, you can actually read. There are a lot of professions that you have not heard of that we are in need of. A lot. The NBA, I think every year they register more than 7,000 lawyers, if I'm not exaggerating. Is it every time we'll be in court? No, I'm not discouraging you if you want to become a lawyer. I'm just telling you that there are other choices that are better, that are good too, I mean. Today, okay, so after my industrial training, now I can now rule out one of my dream, which is to study outside or your town, right? So I got admission for HND into the Yaba College of Technology, Lagos. So at Yaba College of Technology, I did my HND there and I graduated. I did my service during the COVID era. So today, as a professional surveyor that I am, I have scaled through the ladder from a survey technician to a survey technologist, now to a pupil surveyor, and by the grace of God, by next year, I will become a full-fledged surveyor. So my message here is that sometimes, please go back, delay is preparation, not denial. Can we echo that? Sometimes. You know, I made mention of life will dribble you. Let me use our language. Life will what? Dribble you. But you must what? Stand gidigba. Next slide, please. You can see my pictures. I intentionally put my pictures so that you can see that I'm actually working, as a surveyor. And I will break it down for you. Surveying and geoinformatics, a career with impact. In surveying, we do say one thing, that surveyors or surveying is the bedrock of any meaningful development. And when I entered this school, a memory came to my head. When I was in Federal School of Surveying, the first ever field practical that I did it on the field of this school year. Change survey. I did it on the field of this school year. They assigned us to different schools. We used to go to Ladigbolu, we used to go to Obade, we used to go to Olivet to go and carry out field practicals. There are different, surveying is a very wide profession. We have cadastral surveying. Your parents, one way or the other, for those of us that has owned a land or own a house, your parents would have measured their land and documented it. We call it a survey plan. It is the work of a surveyor to prepare a survey plan for you. So that aspect of surveying is called cadastral surveying. Even in government, surveying is as important as, if there are no surveyors, Nigeria cannot know their boundary. We will keep fighting with the neighboring countries if the surveyors have not mapped out the boundaries correctly. It still falls under the cadastral surveying. So you will see surveyors along the way, probably in the bush, carrying instruments. Like in the pictures you are seeing, you can see that I'm standing in front of different types of equipment. So if you are the one that have niche for technology, niche for practical, niche for growth, surveying is a very good profession for you. Construction. Before this building that you are seeing is standing, a surveyor is the first person that will work here. And what will a surveyor do? A surveyor will be the one to point out the edges of this building for them. That this is where you should put this building. Because there are a lot of influence. before they can put this building together. That's the construction part of surveying. Every high-rise building you see, a surveyor must be working there. Engineering survey, hydrography survey. You know, I was telling you the other time that if ship will come from other countries to Nigeria, how do they know where they will go through on water? It's a surveyor that will give them the road maps on water. People don't know. But I'm telling you today that surveyors are vast in every aspect of life, even healthcare. Oil and gas. I know people that love money. I was there, money over passion, passion over money. Oil and gas have enough money. Surveyor works in oil and gas. Before you can drill out natural resources, you have to know the location where those natural resources are. Surveyors are the only people that will tell you the locations of those natural resources. GIS mapping, drone technology, name it, urban planning and all the likes like that. Surveyors help build the world, roads, bridges, estates, offshore projects. Surveyors are involved. You can see me here working in various projects. This is us working on water here. This is us working on a building construction here. This is us working close to water here. Water here on a building. This is us flying a drone here for mapping. So surveying is a very diverse profession that you can venture into whatever area you want. The next slide, please. Okay. After you've heard my story, I want to tell you the lesson I learned. And probably you will apply it to your life too. Your first plan, number one lesson, your first plan may not always be your final destination. My first plan was to become an agriculturist. Like, I love animals. I want to go into agric. But when I got to secondary school, it evolved to becoming an engineer, then to becoming an architect. Now, I am a professional surveyor. Never look down on opportunities. Never look down on opportunities. Had it been, when my mother said I should choose the monotechnic that time, I did not choose it. I will not be where I am today. Some opportunities are there as disguise. Your JAMB score does not define your destiny. In Nigeria, when you don't score 300, 400, they will start looking down on you. I'm not saying you should not pass. I'm not saying you should fail. But your JAMB score does not determine who you will become. That's why I was not ashamed to tell you my score. I scored 183. The JAMB score that made me this professional that I am today is 183. The 205 I got, I did not use it for any admission. So your JAMB score does not determine your destiny. Growth requires patience. Growth what? Requires patience. Growth is like a ladder. If you jump, you can fall. So you have to go step by step. You're already on the right path. You've done your primary school. You've done your secondary school. You are planning to evolve to go into higher institution. So growth is like a ladder. Never stop improving yourself. Never what? Stop improving yourself. Don't, because probably you want to become a professional nurse. You were unable to become that. You now become probably a professional educator. You now stop improving yourself. You said you don't want to become a professional nurse. Okay, thank you. Disappointment can sometimes be direction in disguise. The next slide so that I can quickly rush over it. Important things to build as students. I want to part way with you with this. Discipline, leadership, communication, confidence, character, consistency. Discipline, leadership, communication, confidence, character, consistency. You know, the commissioner talked about character before. Knowledge may open doors for you, but character keeps them open. As young chaps, please be of good character. It is very, very important in life for the life ahead of you. Be of what? Good character. The next slide, please. Finally, don't give up. You know, one of my dreams is also to go to a university, right? I later went to a university when I finished my HND. And I now own another degree in estate management. So I was able to achieve all my dreams. But the path that I used to achieve them is what is different. Don't lose hope. Don't stop believing in yourself. Because your future can still be greater than your original dream. Remember, no matter the process or the path, your story remains your story. And only you can change the narrative when you want. No matter what, no matter the process or the path, your story remains your story. And only you can change the narrative when you want. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experience and your thoughts with us. Really appreciate it. So, I hope you've been able to learn some things from him, right? Were you able to learn some things from him? Yes. So, who wants to become a surveyor now? Who is that person that is? Oh, ready? She's ready to become a surveyor now. So, our next session is going to be a reflexive session. So, you're going to get a piece of paper and a pen. So you're going to write a letter to your future self. Write a letter to your future self. Something you can go back in, something you can actually read in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and be like, oh, I actually achieved everything I want to achieve. So get a piece of paper and a pen. Write a letter to your future self. Write to that future self as if you're already there. You can actually start with, hello, future self. Hope you are this already. Hope you are this. Hope you are this. So write the next 5 years, what you actually want to achieve in the next 5 years or 10 years. So please get a piece of paper and a pen and write to your future self. So I'm going to call probably one or two of you to read. You can actually use the jotter and the pen with you. So write to your future self. You know you are all different. Don't copy your friend though. So write to your future self. Hello future self. I hope you are a doctor now. Hello future self. Just write, it can be career goals, academic goals, personal goals, any form of goals that you want to achieve. So don't be shy. Let me tell you about one thing about this writing journaling. If you write something down, cause it will help you to plan your future at times. Cause if you are losing track, you can actually go back to this piece of paper and read it again. Oh, I actually want to become this. It can even be a turning point in your life. So write it with passion. Be honest with yourself. So we're going to give you like 2 minutes to do that. So I'm going to write mine when I get home too. I should write it here. No. So as you're writing, I'm going to read out a template. You can just keep writing. I'll be doing my own at the background. So dear future me, I don't know where you are reading this from, but I hope life feels steady in your own way. Right now, this is what my lives look like. So you can actually write how your life looks like now. I'm in school. So write the things you care about right now. And also write the things you are struggling with. So, and the first one, you can write the things you are working towards. The things you are working towards, the things you aim to achieve in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, and even 10 years. So you can also write this. I want you to remember this. Write a few lines you want your future self not to forget. Write a few lines you want your future self not to forget. It can be a quote, it can be a motto, it can be anything you just want your future self not to forget. It could be lesson, it could be belief, or a promise to yourself. You can actually make a promise to yourself that I want to be a lawyer, and I'm very sure I'll become a lawyer. Make a promise to yourself. Also, you can actually write, if things turn out well, I hope you have. Describe the better life you see in the future. If things turned out well, I hope you have. So you can actually describe the things, how you want life to look like if everything actually works out. And also, you can also write, if this thing didn't go as I planned, I hope you still. So you can actually write, if things doesn't go the way you want, so how will you undo it? So, and to round it up, you can write, one thing I want you to check is, it can be your habits, your health, your relationship, your purpose, and anything you are tracking over time. So you can round it up, you can conclude with, I'm trusting you with this life. Don't forget what mattered, even when things got noisy, from me right now. So are we done? So, as you are writing, we are going to move to the next session, which is the commercial track. So I'm going to call on Mr. Olugboyega Adetiloye Oyeniyi, Bossa at Atiba University, Oyo. Please give him a round of applause, please. Please if you are going to Atiba University, mark his face now. So,
thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here today. If you are happy to be here today, too, say, I'm happy to be here today. Good afternoon, my fellow speakers, the organizer of this occasion. I'm proud to be an indigene of this town, too. I was born and bred in Oyo. And I'm proud to say that this should be my second time I've been invited as a guest speaker at Oyo Global Forum. And I'm happy to honor this invitation. My first invitation was in 2023. I think the program was at Model College that year. And this I'm glad, let me say I'm happy when I saw the theme of the event, said beyond the classroom, preparing for life ahead. Beyond the classroom, preparing for life ahead. I'm sorry, it might find it like a kind of difficult to understand me because I didn't really speak your language. My own language is always money, 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 money. So, pardon my manners. So, I have a lot to say, but I think I have limited time. I don't know, I have a slide. I don't know, maybe you have the slide. Then I also have some jottings on my system. Excuse me. I don't know, maybe I have my slide. No, okay, don't worry. Let me just I would also like to run you through my early life. When I was small, I always believed I want to become a doctor. Too. You know, when we are small, they will ask you, what do you want to become in the future? A lot of people is going to say an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer. So I always said, I want to become a doctor. But as life is going to have it, I became a chartered accountant. Although, when I was very small, I happened to find myself in let me say, a local school that didn't really have, it's not really well recognized. But as time goes on, I spoke with my mom one day. I have to be a kind of boy that used to remember some things. I used to remember a lot. So I was so very small. And I told my mom that I don't want to go to this school again. I want to go to Federal College of Education, staff school then. So I went to the school, and getting to the school, they conducted an interview for me, you know, a small boy. But then my face always scary, like I used to frown. So the interviewer said, this one is going to be our child, our children, that we can't give him admission. I was like, I'm okay. So they said they can't give me an admission, so I went back home. So fortunately, I was fortunate to be in a program with my mom, and I saw that particular woman that interviewed me that said, we can't give him her admission because his face looks scary, that he's going to be beating the children. So, and I told my mom that, Mom, see this woman. This was the woman that said, they can't give me admission. So my mom said, follow me, let's go. So we went and we met the woman. And the woman was like, tell him to resume next week. So I went and I resumed to our Federal College of Education staff school then. So I had to start again from nursery 1. So I started from nursery 1 up to primary 2. Then I decided to change my school. Because then I also have a brother that was going to the Federal College of Education. Then because he has finished his premises, he's going to secondary school, I said, okay, let me switch to another school so that it won't be only me. I have some friends in some other schools also. So I did interview at Lord Kiddis and Aaron Nursery and Primary School. But then my elder brother went to Nesto College, and I thought, okay, Aaron is primary school to Nesto College. So I decided I chose Aaron Nursery and Primary School. So when I got to the school, I did my primary 3 and primary 4. Then I saw my colleagues going to secondary school, where I am seeing primary school. Then I told my Mom, I want to go to secondary school too. My mom was like, yeah, it's just in primary 4. I said, yeah, I know, I'm in primary 4. I can do it. If they are doing it, I can also do it and go to secondary school. Then my mom said, okay, no problem. And I tried the common entrance. I went to Nesto. They conducted an interview for me, and I passed the interview. So getting back to school, the following day, the following Monday, the proprietress of the school called me and was like, you did an interview at our secondary school last week. Are you just attempting it, or you want to go to secondary school? So the woman had to call me to primary 5. She actually combined primary 5 and primary 6 class together. And she called me, put me at the front, and asked me that question again, that, do you want to go, or you are just attempting it? And I said, Ma, I want to go. The woman was surprised. They said, no problem. Permission granted. Then, since that time, they canceled premises, and all the students started doing a common entrance from primary 5 in April. And up to I left even my secondary school, I believe they were still promoting, they were doing their common entrance in Premier 5 instead of Premier 6. Then, when I get to secondary school, I happen to, I've always had the ambition of becoming a doctor. So, through my JS1, JS2, JS3, then after our JS3 exam, I was like, okay, I'm going to science class. Then, I don't know, God just sent, let me say, maybe an angel to me. Because one day, one of my friends was just saying that, this one that everybody wants to be a doctor or engineer, everybody is running to science classes. Who are the ones that are going to be in commercial and arts classes? I was like, that is true. Who will be in commercial and arts classes? Are people in commercial and arts classes that are not making it? And I said, okay, no problem. If people are making commercial classes too, I think maybe I should be able to make it there too. Then I decided to go to commercial class. Fortunately, I already bought physics and chemistry textbooks. But I decided to change. And I went to commercial class. In fact, most of the time, although I've learned from when I was small, I've cultivated the habit of reading. I could just pick any book, I'll just read it. In fact, even before I graduated, before I went to my SS class, I used to read physics, chemistry, literature books, anything. And let me tell you something. Don't maybe because you are in commercial, or you are in science class, or you are in commercial class, that when you see literature books, you don't need reading them. No. Any book that you think it can add knowledge to you, always try and read them, please. So, I decided to switch to commercial class. Then, something happened one day. One of my commercial teacher, financial accounting teacher, she actually confessed that she was a science student when she was in secondary school, but as fate will also have it, she had to change to commercial, an accounting student by the time she wanted to enter the university. So, knowing that, I'm always having it at the back of my mind that, since this person is a science student, I have to buckle up because I will believe that whatever I'm going to gain won't be as bulky as what an accountant is going to teach us. So I used to go extra miles and read. And one day, there was an event that happened. I have some of my colleagues that was punished at school, and they were asked to go and push the incinerator. So I thought of helping and joining them. So I missed a class. And that teacher, he taught them a new and fresh topic. So at the end of the class, I met my colleague that, what were you taught today? And they said, they did departmental accounting. I said, departmental accounting. Okay, no problem. So I went back to the hostel because I was in boarding house then. I went to Nesto College. I carried my book, my textbook, and I read departmental accounting from the beginning to the end. Lo and behold, the following class, as we entered the class, the lecturer just said, the teacher said, tear a sheet of paper, test. So I was confident that after all, I've read it. So he gave us the test. You won't believe that majority of the students that were in the class, they scored 2, 3, 4, and I scored 7/10. It's because I was already prepared for the. So the teacher was like, this student, you are me, no problem. I know where to catch you. Then when we read the exam, I performed wonderfully well, and the teacher was like, she didn't see my script. I should come back to the staff room to do the exam again. I went to the staff room, I did this exam again, and I scored the highest mark still. So she didn't have a choice than to give me the best student in accounting when I was in school. So I matched as the best student in accounting when I was in my secondary school. So after my graduation in secondary school, I didn't have the opportunity to, I did jump, and then my first jump, I scored. I thought maybe this, me and this my brother, maybe we are the same thing. I also scored 183. So, during the course of choosing the university that I want to go, my dad didn't allow me to choose myself. He chose for me. And why? It was because all my brothers went to private university. So he said that you won't be an exemption, you are going to a private university too. So he chose Ajayi Crowther for me and said, what course do you want to study? At first I said, maybe I should study business administration. Then he said, business administration. Majority of people that study business administration, they are now marketers. They want to be roaming all about, carrying products. And I said, okay. I believe that we have a lot of options, maybe marketing options, business management, IRP, and the likes. But my dad insisted that no, I should change my course. And I said, okay, no problem. I have always loved accounting. Let me go for accounting. So he said, no problem. I should go for accounting. Or I go for economics. I said, no, I'm not going for economics. I'm going for accounting. Although economics is the mother course of accounting, and even majority of the courses in commercial classes. So I studied accounting, and at the end of my program, he sent me a message someday and said, I'm proud to have an accountant as a son. So I went ahead and I started my ICANN. So when I started my ICANN, I had a challenge. The challenge was that, when you are in school, we read to pass. Majority read to pass. But ICANN, you have to read and understand. I didn't have the pre-knowledge because normally I am a kind of person that even if I carry my book for 2 weeks to the exam, I'm not going to fail that exam. But ICANN actually taught me to read. Because my first exam, they really humbled me. I did 4 courses and I failed the 4. They really humbled me. So I went back. The one thing is that I didn't get discouraged. I did not get discouraged. One thing about life is that when, they used to say, when we were in secondary school, we are fond of saying that, so I was not discouraged. I have to write. I went back. I prepared for the exam to the point that one of my cousins that did accounting in his OND, when he saw me reading, he said he's not doing accounting again because I really prepared for the exam. So I went back, I wrote the exam, 4 courses, and I passed 3, I failed 1. That one that I failed, let me tell you, the pass mark is 50, and I think up to now, the pass mark is 50. The last one that I failed was 49. I have to go back and write that one that I failed with 49. 49. That's why it's not, don't be part of people that will say, people that are successful, maybe they have been lucky. There's no luck in being successful. You have to work for it. There is no, that someone is being successful is out of luck. No, it's not. It is out of hard work and consistency. You have to work for your success. So I went back, I did that single course again, and I passed. So along the line, I gained admission for my master's. And I went to Unilorin for my master's. So before I concluded my master's, I became chartered accountant. I became chartered. And I did my convocation the same year with my induction. So, by the grace of God, I'm a kind of person that believes that we don't stop learning. And up to now, I'm still learning. Even, as at this morning, around 7 o'clock, I was still at Ilorin. Because I'm still running my doctorate degree. So I traveled down from Ilorin this morning just to attend the program. So, and by the grace of God, very soon I'm going to do my convocation as a doctor in philosophy of accounting. That's what hard work has done, not luck or maybe money or something. Now, they said, when the guest barrister was speaking, I was like, well, this man speaking from my heart, going by the topic of the thing, it said beyond classroom, preparing for life ahead. I have to tell you that education is good. In fact, I must say that education is one of the inheritance that your parents have given you. I would say your parents might have a lot of money. Please, don't depend on it. The best thing that they can give you is this education that they're giving you. But education is not enough. Tell your neighbor, say education is not enough. Like the barrister said that education can open doors for you. But for you to keep the doors opened, you need skills. You need character. Like the Yoruba will say, they will say, Iwalewa. You need good character. You need competence. Beyond mathematics, English, and government that you are doing in school, there are things life will throw to you. They will ask you, can you solve problems? Can you work with people? Can you manage money wisely? Can you communicate well? And can you continue learning? Even as a chartered accountant, we still attend mandatory continuous development points. As you become redundant, as you become, let me say, you be outdated because there's advance in technology. This world is becoming a global environment. And even with time now, people are even scared that with time, AI is going to take over jobs. But I believe it's a lie because computers doesn't have human brain. The solution to that is to be the key or to be the brain behind the artificial intelligence. And majority of you, I know you have phones in your hand. You can keep learning. These phones, these gadgets you have, don't use it for games only. You can actually learn with your phones. There are a lot of websites. You can even browse. You can, like, there's a website, they call it Alison. You can read, you can even study free lectures. You gain new things. Along my program at Uniloring, I discovered new things in accounting, and I decided to write my project on blockchain technology and the impact of financial reporting. So I had to go back to websites and study blockchain. I studied blockchain on Alison and some other websites. So make use of the opportunity of the gadgets you have and study Even, in fact, you can still have some website that there is going to provide certificates free of charge. Although majority of the websites, after learning, they can. Okay. So, I've developed some points for you. I have 5 things you must start doing to prepare for your future. Number 1, develop discipline. Develop discipline. Start waking up early. When I was young, I cultivated the habit of waking up very early as 4:30. In fact, we are going to, my mom made sure that she cooked. We are going to eat before we go to school. And up to my NYC days, my colleagues were always saying that, we're working soon. Because I will wake up very early, I will cook, I will carry food to where my PPA is. So, manage your time effectively. Respect time. Number 2, learn communication skills. Whether you want to become a doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant, you have to learn how to communicate with people properly. Read books and ask intelligent questions. Another point here is learn financial wisdom. Don't say that my parents are rich, I have other brothers that are rich. You too, start saving up. No matter how little it is, start saving. When I was in school, my dad happened to, he worked at bank. He was the head of IT with then Prudent Bank. They later became Sky Bank and later they became Polaris Bank. So he was the head of IT. He used to see my accounts. So when he sent money, maybe normally he used to send like 10,000 weekly. Then when I was still in school, I was talking about far back 2009, 2010. But when I discovered that with this attitude, I won't be able to save, I went ahead, I opened another bank. I will open GT Bank. I will now withdraw the money. I will go and save it in GT Bank. Because whenever I see my account, I say, don't worry, I will send money to you. So I used to collect 10,000 naira weekly. So I'm going to spend from it, then I'm going to save from it. He was surprised after my NYSC. During my NYSC time, they used to give us 18, I think, is it 18,200 or something? 18,000. He was surprised that I was able to save 150,000 naira after my NYSC. He was so surprised that, learn how to save. Please. Then build good character. Be honest. Your integrity matters. Your reputation matters. Then be ready to learn beyond the classroom. You can even learn entrepreneurial skills. Don't say that, Shebi Motilo school. If it is tailoring, you can learn it. If it is makeup, you won't believe that even I have a friend that learns makeups. One outing like this, maybe a wedding outing, she can charge 200,000, 250,000 only on makeup that we are going to clean later in the day. Nails, even gele, ordinary gele that our mother will tie themselves. They are using money to tie gele now. They used to charge like 20,000, 25,000 to tie gele. So, and I think my Oga have gone. My Oga was, let me say, when I was in Nigeria, I'm proud to be one of the students of Honorable Raman Poto. He was our entrepreneurial coordinator then. We learned tie and dye, barbing, a lot of things. Even soap making. They are part of entrepreneurial skills that you can learn. Then, another point is, don't be afraid of failure. Tó bá fail, padà lọ tún kọ́. Ọmọ tí ò kó fail. Let me tell you something. Sometimes, if you didn't fall, you won't rise. And someone And tí ó ti ṣubú already, someone that have fallen is the one that used to be afraid of falling. But when you are up, when you fall, stand up again. You can still do it. Then, please choose your friend carefully. Be mindful of your environment. Be mindful of the people you work with. And lastly, I want to say that your background does not determine your future. Most of us that we became successful today, we didn't come from a rich background. Majority of us came from an humble background. Because I can even remember very well when I was small, we used to hawk lolly, all this zobo. We used to go to entire sports just to sell lolly to people. And on the final charge, I want to say that you should start preparing from today. Please, you are future leaders. Believe in yourself and use your time wisely. And God bless you. And God bless Nigeria. God bless Oyo Global Forum. And God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experience, your thoughts, and tips with us. So one thing I am going to tell you again is that you can start building your future from now. You don't have to wait for that future to come before you start building. Start now. So whatever you build now will make up for what your future will look like. So start building your future from today. And also, you mentioned something about courses. Whatever you want to become, you can start taking courses on it now. There are a lot of websites you can actually take free courses. You mentioned Alexin. There's Udemy too. There's Coursera. You can actually search online. You see a lot of websites. They offer free courses. And you don't have to pay. They will give you certificates. You can use them to build your portfolio. Start building your portfolio right now. Do you understand me? And I can see some of you are already tired. Don't worry. We're going to call the last speaker. So once we call the last speaker, then the refreshment follows. So are we ready for refreshment? You are not? Are you tired? You are tired? You are tired? So after, if you are tired, there is no refreshment though. Are you tired? Are you tired? So for you that said there, no refreshment for you. So I'm going to call on the next speaker. So welcome with me, Ms. Ibrahim Taibat Adola, a lecturer from Federal College of Education, Special Oyo. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you. We thank Almighty for being here today. I really want to appreciate this for the brain and the heart behind this forum. I want to appreciate you for now taking these children out of the class and allowing them to think out of the box from now on. I really want to say thank you and God bless you. I really want to appreciate the guest speaker around there. It's an opportunity to meet you too. That is my adage. Everywhere I met myself, I really appreciate God for it, that whoever I meet on my way is an opportunity for me. My name is Ibrahim Taibat Adwala Salam. I am a lecturer, currently a lecturer at Social Studies Department. And if you read through the piece in your hand, I didn't even want to be that. But my inspiration, I want to inspire people. I want people to aspire from me. I want to build people. That's what makes me to go for lecturing. But before I gained admission to university, it took me 9 years because I want to go to Obafemi Awolowo University. That's where my friends are. That's why I eventually started from baking. And the baking you see there started from my sisters. First Bank of Nigeria, or your branch, they are the one that inspired me into catering services. I normally go there after my hawking of snacks, save my money there, and I have a friend there. Afi Soyeleye. You now tell me, you came here to save money, and you don't allow them to know you are into something. Later, I introduced myself to the bank manager after my secondary school. I started savings. Now, when they want to change from bank master to financial system we are in now, they call me to order. But can you give our gas from the marina then meal for 2 weeks? And I said yes. I've never done it before. When I take the project home, my mother say, can you do this? I said, you normally cook for us. I will take it. I cook for 20 people in the morning and 40 in the night. And as I was here too, I was happy to tell one of my guest speaker here, on Tuesday, I took a contract of meat pie of 600 pieces. Later, the client increased it to 1,100. I took the challenge. I run a marathon baking for 24 hours. Today, this morning, I'm coming from an event. I've prepared for an event. My pupils at Alagbon Primary School. So, let me tell you that with your perseverance, determination, nothing can be left undone. When I was youngsters like you know hawking goods, selling things around is a challenge. People want to see you as a hawking girl. They want to play away with you. Don't do that. My hawking, my meat pie, take me around the corners of every businesses in Oyo. You will see me in bank. You will see my hawkers in NEPA office. You will see me in sawmill. You will see me in local government as far back as then. Even when I got admission to Obafemi Awolowo University, somebody saw me say, Elijah, you are here. Are you not selling meat pie again? I said yes. I'm presently in my College of Education. I'm still into baking. We have many caterers there. I'm still part of them. I didn't go to any catering school. Like they said, if you have passion for anything, you mount on it. I mount the prayer. And people tell me then that if Mr. B comes to Oyo, they will not patronize. I tell them, whenever any eatery comes to Oyo, that is when my business started. And that is how it is. I've never seen any eatery in Oyo, they will give them a contract of 1,000 meat pie this morning and they will supply it. No. No. That is how far you can go. And me, I have an adage at your age that there is no money anybody wants to give me that I cannot work for. There is no money anybody wants to give me that I cannot work for. Please and please, Nigeria not alone, the world is growing. Globally, don't waste your time on TikTok. You are using your time, wasting your time at the expense of growing another person. If you know that. You are youngsters. First thing, develop yourself. Who am I? What can I do for myself? Then believe in yourself. And the education your parents are struggling to give you. Many of your parents didn't have the chance given to you. If they have, they might be better than you do. I still want to appreciate one thing here. Seeing students from public school coming outside there and competing with you from private school. I really want to say kudos to you girls. I really want to appreciate you. You did wonderfully well. You are proud of yourself. You are an ambassador of your family, ambassador of this forum, and try again not to forget this forum that bring you out to speak to the others. You can be an advocate of yourself wherever you find yourself. And I don't want to tell you more story. When I was employed as FCS Oyo, my friend have been working there, but most of them as a clerical officer. You know, I will be feeling bad that my friend, most of my friends are then they are HODs. I have them as engineers. But now, I'm been in that college for the past 10 years. Now, I'm a lecturer. I had my BSc from Obafemi Awolowo University. Sociology I've never heard of. I didn't hear about it at all. But getting into that course, if you're a sociologist, you must know something about everything. Everything. That's what inspired me to further my study in MSc Sociology in University of Ibadan. And I'm through with that. Also want to go in for my PhD. You see me now, as far back as 90s, I stay 9 years at home. If I'm not passionate about being somebody, if I feel that I'm a girl, people used to tell me then, okay, you are a girl, your time will be wasted. I said, God knows that I'm a girl before not giving me the opportunity to have that admission. The admission you have now is an opportunity. You gain admission once, you clear your work once. It's a grace. And don't waste that grace. Don't miss that opportunity. And let me give you this 5. You have this thing with you. You can read through. Let me just read the last piece. Just note this. It has been earlier said by the other speakers that your future is not determined by your certificate. Me, I used to tell myself that 30 days is too much for me. I can't wait for 30 days. Be expecting salary. Because it's not my family alone. I see myself as an happy hand to everybody around me. So I don't believe my salary can take care of them. That is how that's what triggers me to work harder. And as I see me, I can eat anyhow because I'm self-reliant. I don't depend on my salary. That means that after your education, learn a skill. You learn a skill. And irrespective of that skill, don't be inferior to your knowledge. If you're an hairdresser, be good at it. Saw maker, be good at it. Making snacks, be good at it. Be graphic, something, be good at it. Whatever you want to do, and start now. Start now. Be responsible for any action of yours. Yeah, it's not me, oh. It's not me. No, it means you don't want to be responsible. Be responsible for your action, and you will see that you have to fly up. And again, passing your examination, like my guy used to say that he normally read to pass exam, not read to understand. Some life challenges is beyond reading and pass. That's what I normally told myself when I was writing my exam. If you sit beside me and you are my very close friend, if you don't write anything after the exam, I will say, God will bless you. And those are my friends, those are our tricks. They will tell me, I'll pray, I walk, I read, and I've cast my cares on Almighty. For me to ask from other of my colleagues that, what did you write? It means I won't be able to go back to God and challenge God again. Because I've cast that cares on my colleagues. Believe in yourself. If you fail honorably. If you want to pass honorably. Be responsible for anything around you. Your friend can only help you when you are outside any exam. And that exam is teaching you that if any challenges come your way, before you call people to your problem, how are you going to address that problem? And as a youngsters, young ladies, you are going into marriage. If you allow this to start from you, that any problem come your way, you must shout it out. You won't have your home. That is what exam taught me. That whatever comes to my way, I have to take it on my own, treat it like myself. And if it's beyond my capacity, I will go after the exam to the lecturer that took all the course. Meaning that there are some people who will have been in my shoe. I will go to them. They are headers. They are not my competitor. They are not competing with me. Those are your mothers, your sisters that are godly and want the best for you. Those are the people you can contact if you have any problem. And take these 5. Number 1, discover yourself early. If you discover yourself early, meaning that you have to understand your strengths, your interests, and talents, because every individual is uniquely gifted. Are you not? You are all uniquely gifted. Are you not? What your friend is good at might not be what you are good at. Some children don't like the 4 walls of the classroom. But Nigerian system doesn't allow us to do that, to take care of them. Some people, if you give them handcrafts, they will be best at doing that. But the Nigerian system has co-opted everybody to be in the world of the classroom from a very early age. Number 2, take your education seriously. You are in it already. Yorùbá máa ń sọ wípé nǹkan tá a bá lè mójú kúrò a máa ń mójú tó ni, because you are in school. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé o lè mójú kúrò ni? Kí ló wá yẹ kéèyàn ṣe sí? Kéèyàn mójú tó. Bóyá tó bá máa pass kò pass dáadáa, tó bá máa fail. Then thirdly, learn a skill alongside your study. Do not depend solely on white collar jobs, and don't go for yahoo. There is no more yahoo. You are all into yahoo extra. And one of my Yoruba hadith says, "Tell you about ti kanju ko ní kanju dálẹ̀." Do you know the meaning of that? If I pack things already now, it means some things will be falling out of my hand if I was rushing. But if I try to manage my things, assemble myself, and put my things in order, I'll be able to pack them effectively. Number 4, choose your friends and mentors wisely. That is very important. Please and please and please, your phone is for you. Your phone is for what? It's for you. Don't allow any strangers to collect phone from you to flash anybody. You might be in a car or be in a bus, traveling anywhere. If somebody needs your phone emergency, ask the person, tell the person you are calling that you borrowed this phone. Because it has taken somebody to be impersonated. The student was standing under the tree. Somebody just rushed to him. Please, I want to use your phone. He used his phone to flash somebody. The person is flashing is under the custody already. They now trace that call to come and pick the boy from Lautech to Ekiti police station. They need to come and gather people in Oyo here to follow them. Before the girl was like, I didn't know them. Instead of the people to say that they didn't know the guy, they deny him. They said he is among them. That is the essence of don't trust people just like that. Do you get it? And lastly, build good character. Have you ever seen anybody here talking without mentioning your characters? No. Ìwà ọmọ ènìyàn. Be good to your neighbors. Be good to your friends. Be good to everybody around you. And not with the motive of making any benefit from anybody. Because if your global forum is at the expense of making profits from you, they won't organize this. Even for you to be here, you have to pay. They just deem it fit that this is the opportunity they didn't have access to. They now make you accessible to it, giving you at the back of your mind that when you are up to where you are dreaming of, you should remind your young stars. And lastly, I want to tell you that every one of us have an aspiration, but our route to that path is different. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Every one of you this morning open up that you are going to attend this program. Do you take the same route? Are you not all here? And as you are going back home, you will take different routes. Are you not going to your own destination? And you will arrive there at different time assigned by Almighty. I pray Almighty will see you through. Will guide your steps. Will open your ways. And let your dream be established. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you for the tips. So one thing I'm going to tell you again is that learn a skill. You actually need a skill. You might end up growing up and not really need it, but just have it. Have something to have a vocational skill that you can do. You can still do. If all things didn't work out, if the other plans didn't work out, so you can actually have a skill that you can actually.
Sorry, very quickly, we had the National Association of Oyo Students President in our midst, Senator Ridwan. Please jam your hands together for him, alongside his Chief of Staff. Please come forward. Yeah. So there's an association called National Association of Oyo Students. So that is an association that comprises of all students of Oyo extraction across tertiary institutions in Nigeria and in diaspora. So this is the national president for 2026 year. He's a great guy, and this is his Chief of Staff. So we are happy to have you guys around. Thank you so much for coming. Any word for the kids?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes. All protocols are daily observed. My name is Yusuf Ridwan Folari from University of Ilorin. So I'm opportunity to be the current NAWUS national president. And my advice for the next generation is that please, let's face our study. Whatever you know, please make sure you know it. dependently. So please make sure you face your academics. Do you get me? As a commissioner already said earlier, whatever you want to be, no one can stop you from being that person, being the person. Do you get it? If you have any ambition of becoming anything in your life, you want to become mechanical engineer, you want to become doctor, you want to become anything, you can be there. Just have a plan that one day you will get there. I personally, if I should start from my experience from Alayande down to University of Ilorin, I already faced many challenges due to my academics, but when I have the vision that this is where I'm going, this is my mission, and I want to be there, then today I'm there, and then you are still going further. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. So something I wanted to add to what she said the other time. She said character. Character is actually very important. You can actually be good at what you do, but do you know what sustains your customer and your clients is your character. If you don't have good character, you won't be able to sustain your customer. You know, even you yourself, you must have experienced it. Maybe someone is selling something in your area and the person is actually very rude. Will you keep buying something from the person? You will leave. Even if the person is actually very good, if she sells the original stuff, you will stop buying things from her. So in anything you do, in whatever profession you are, any skill you have, make sure you have good character. Good character sustains customers. It sustains your client's base. Do you understand that? So in the morning before we started the program, I was asking you the skills, what do you want to do in the future and everything. Some students mentioned they want to go into tech. So if you are part of the student that mentioned that you want to go into tech, please can you raise up your hands or can you stand up? Those of you that want to be software engineers, please can you stand up? I want to see you. Oh, good. So after the program, please come and see me. Because the founder of Mr. Olamide, the founder of Dignity Technology, wants to train 2 students in tech. So after this program, kindly see me so that I can share his number with you. So he's going to train you in tech. So what do you have to say to him? So after the program, the 3 of you, please see me. So our next, there are 4. Why didn't you stand up? For the 4 of you, see me after the program. So the next on the agenda is panel session. So any question you have, please make sure you ask them. So I'm going to call on our OGF Education Secretary, Mr. Sunday Taiwo. So any question you have, be free to ask. Be free to ask the question. Do you understand me? So, and if you are shy of coming out, you can actually write it in the paper, pass it, and they will read it and answer your question. Do you understand?
Yeah, thank you, Abosede. I think Abosede deserves a round of applause. Yeah, she's been a fantastic host. Thank you, Abosede. Thank you. All right, so we are moving to the panel session now, and I know many of you are already tired, exhausted. Yeah, I know. Even myself, I'm very hungry and famished. But yeah, we've got to do this. So they are sharing the food already. So if you want to hit your own, no wala, you can hit. Even though you are waiting the results, but okono lavin shekini, I ain't get it. So if you are hungry, don't faint to just eat. Don't worry, all will be well. Nepa ife olugbala kiyo sinko. So our speaker, the panel session will be very short. Yeah, it will be very short. We'll just take maybe 3 very profound questions. So if you have questions, please prepare. If you want to write it and pass it. If you want to collect the microphone, you will come forward. So if you have questions, I will ask you to raise your hand very soon. So we'll take just 3 profound questions. Then your final reflections in just 1 minute, right? So they will move this table from here. So they'll bring your chairs here. So we'll just face the students. So it will be very informal, right? Is that fine? All right, my brother. Okay, is there music? Yeah. So let's move this table. Malik. Yeah. Any music?
jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ fo fẹ́ǹsì yan rọra máa lórí mẹ́mà ló pẹ̀sù mo súnmọ́ láti jẹ bó tó bá ti di rèrè máa gbé ra pfc tí o mọ̀ lé wa kó pẹ̀lú kó dáa yé èso dáa ṣáàmà láìka sáńkó ààrẹ fábíwẹ̀dẹ̀ ogun tí ó jẹ́ ewé ẹ̀pẹ́ ọkùnrin towards my attention trying to money owó nìkan ló lè mú mi rẹ́rìn gidi gan ìfani ìdákun ṣo lè gbé mi débi kan wọ́n mọ́jú sí mi nígbà tẹ̀bí ń pa mi wọ́n ní pọ́dú wá gbẹ́nu sí àtẹ́nu tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ló lẹ́nu pásítọ̀ wọn sáṣẹ́ lóru mọ́jú disco náà wó kò ní gáì ọmọ pa wà lánìgbà ìròjẹ̀mù ìdè kóra ìmẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ fọ́nkó ìfanúfíkà sọ́yọ̀ tó tó yàgò àgò jápa kí n tó lọ́yọ̀gò ó ṣàmọ̀ pàdé ọwọ́ pàdé ajátá sọnù kò ní kọ́ fèrè rárá kò lánú mọ́jà mi ò wá fèrè rárá.
All right. So, I know for sure that the three professionals that we have before you guys today are the very pictures. No, bring the question. Bring the question, yeah. Because I will have to filter. All right, I'll have to filter. All right. So if you have question and you want to write and pass it to the front, please do that and pass it to the moderator, Abosede. And if you want to raise your hand, it's fine too. So I so much, are we together? Are we together, students? If we are together, say aye. If you are not with me, say nay. Easy journey. So I want to believe that the three professionals that we have, before you today, are the very picture of what some of us would want to become, right? Some of us are aiming to become chartered accountants. If you are aiming to become a chartered accountant, raise your hand. All right, thank you. So we have a chartered accountant here. Some of us said we wanted to be teachers. If you want to be a teacher, a lecturer, raise your hand. So we have a lecturer here, right? If you want to become a surveyor, a medical doctor, a science professional, raise your hand. Thank you. So we have a surveyor here. So these are the very picture of what some of us would want to become. And they've shared, from their journey, from their life experiences, academically, career-wise, and every other aspect. So you've drawn from their wealth of experience. Now is the opportunity for you to ask, very peculiar questions. Very peculiar questions. Because I used to believe that some of these presentations are always generic, right? The context for some of us is actually different from the generic narrative, right? So if you have peculiar questions that is, specific for your own context and they've not dealt with it, you need more clarifications, you need more insights, you need more counseling around it. So now is your time to ask the question. So I'm taking just 3 questions and we've gotten 2 already. So I'm acknowledging the first 3 that I've cited. You. So let's take the written ones first. All right, the first question goes to our chartered accountant. And our speakers I would crave your indulgence. Please, let's be brief so that we can. As a commercial student, if I want to write ICANN examination, which subject should I concentrate on? Who is passing the mic? Yeah.
Let me say, writing ICANN, anybody can actually start writing ICANN exam. Anybody. In fact, I have a professional colleague that is a doctor in integrated science, and she's a chartered accountant. So, but it's more of accounting courses, because we have mathematics subjects, we have quantitative subjects, but it's for accountants. But irrespective of your profession or your class, even if you are in science class or art class, you can write ICANN. You can write ICANN. But we have syllabus that we used to follow, right from ATS class, foundation, skills and professional. But the major thing is to enroll, check the syllabus, and read the prescribed subjects. But irrespective of your class, or you can, or maybe you are an art student or commercial student or science student, you can write ICANN. You can start preparing from now.
All right, thank you so much for the brevity. Thank you. So the next question, Mr. J. Igbe mentioned that we should not look down on opportunities. So for this student, my parents pushed me to study a particular course or profession, but I do not want to. Even though there are many opportunities at taking that particular course or profession, does that really mean I'm looking down on opportunities?
Okay, for everyone, we all have a plan at heart. Life has its own plan for us, and God has his own plan for us too. I told you the influence. I cannot answer your question directly. But I told you the influence of my parents' decision on my own career journey. So it might not work with you. I will just encourage you to pray and calm down. Look at the opportunity very well. Explore it. Because at the long run, success is relative. So I will encourage you to calm down, look at the opportunity very well, and whatever dream you have, you can still achieve it actually. After, like Faz, for example, he wants to sing, but his parents want him to be a lawyer. He went and did the law and went back to singing. So you too can figure a way around it like that, and you might actually fall in love with what your parents are choosing for you. But I'm not going to tell you absolutely that you should go for it. Thank you.
Yeah, I love the brevity. Thank you so much. So this question, I'm not sure I will allow anybody to respond to it because that's what we've been discussing about. So I was wondering why this question. Between passion and financial motivation, my question is financial motivation should come before passion, or passion should come before financial motivation? I think the keynote speaker addressed this, but to not be like an oversight, I'll just allow Ms. Ibrahim to just...
Thank you. As well stated, it's a passion and more financial motivation. Can I bet with you that you cannot just have money today and start something today and you succeed in that thing? It is not done. There has never been any business. There has never been any innovation that will not have passion. You not have any idea. You not develop any interest. And you just put some money into it. You won't succeed it. Why is there training in everything? Even if bank employ you today as an accountant or a bank manager, they will train you and try to see you are passionate about specific aspects before you are put into that aspect. You can't just go there and take the money. You should be passionate about everything. Not that financial motivation is not ideal, but something must trigger that idea you want to finance your money upon. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, clap. Thank you so much. So we have 2 more questions left with the written questions, then we'll take the folks that are able to speak. I want to become a combat medic. What are the ways to build it up?
We all watch movies, and we know that combat medics are the first attendants to war, the injured people at the war front. So I think it's related to science. That means you must have knowledge about medicine or be a nurse or something like that. So you have to go in that line of the medical side. So you look into it and see how you can achieve that, because military comprises of a lot of profession. We have tailors in the military, we have mechanics in the military, we have drivers in the military, we have surveyors in the military, we have accountants in the military. So health professionals too are within the military. So you have to look through that out. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, clap, clap, clap. You guys can now validate that we have a very terrific lineup of speakers. So we are jamming your hands together. Thank you. All right, the last written question. I have a talent, but my mom is against it. What should I do? My mom said it is wasting of time for a girl like me because my talent is Sprinter. Sprinter. Sprinter is to run, she? Okay, so you want to be running flash.
Hello. Behind every suggestion from your mom, there must be a reason for that. If I'm not mistaken, your mom will have told you the reason why she doesn't. And if she has not, will you try to find her time, to take her time, her cool time, her happiest mode, to just investigate, Mom, even as a springster, what is the consequence of being that? Or if I've been into that, can I just do it for a while and just quit? If I'm ready to just make my name from there and engage in another thing, try to do that. Because another says, tí alágbẹ̀rẹ̀ bá ń rìn lójú kan, ó ní nǹkan tí ó fẹ́ mú jáde níbẹ̀. If a parent is knocking on something, they know the consequences. Maybe at times we normally fear that when ladies go into sports, they normally play with them. And again, you know their postures normally change. And most of them don't normally have homes. And nobody as a mother who wants her children to fall into that path. Thank you.
Wow, that was profound. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. So, I pointed at 3 persons the other time. Where are you guys? Please file out. File out, the 3 of you, very quickly. Please celebrate them because they are confident enough to come out to speak. Yeah. All right, so you tell us your name, your school, then your question.
Good afternoon. My name is Oyelide Oluwatobi Patience from St. Francis Catholic College, Oyo. My question is actually like, maybe I have passion for a career, but my parents are really supportive of the career because maybe they feel like in a country of ours, it's not really that good. Maybe I want to study software engineering, and somehow they feel like it's not really that selling in our country because medicine and stuff like that. So what should I do in a situation like that?
I think it's the same question. It's a similar question to the previous question. Bossa, you help us to just...
No knowledge is actually wasted. That's the truth. Even let me say, when I want to study accounting, my father suggested maybe I go for economics. I insisted I want to go for accounting. Even when I want to do my master's, he advised I change to finance. I insisted I still wanted accounting. If you can convince your parents, fine. No knowledge is wasted, and don't say maybe one course is not selling in Nigeria. It can even bring new things. And because of you, the government can even create employment for, do you understand? So no knowledge is wasted.
All right, thank you.
I'm Oyeko Matthias from St. Francis Catholic College. So my question is, for someone who has interest, whose talents are in diverse departments, not just maybe like, let me use myself as an example. Right from when I was young, I loved anything building. I loved it, and I have interest in speaking also, communicating, writing literary books, novels and stuff. And also I love all this graphic design. I learned graphic designing while I was much younger. So how can I patch everything together into one into one line without having any problem or?
All right. So Viosa.
Okay. So let me get your question very well. You have a niche for technology, right?
I have. I love building.
Building. Okay.
Building. Building, writing, talking, and
okay. And
designing.
You love designing too. Okay. So this is it. You see, you are multi-talented, you get, and it's a good thing if you are able to manage it very well. You have to choose one that you are very good at and attach every other thing to it. Let me take, for example, the building part now. We have builders that design, probably design building. As a graphic designer, you design too. That skill is interwoven, right? You love writing. In my own line of work now, any work we do, we write reports for our clients. You understand? So if the building part too, there might be places like they have a bill of quantities, building report, and all the likes like that. So all these things can be, it will make you a better person than the next professional because you have those skills. So it's a very good thing. Keep it up. Thank you.
Good day, sir. Good day, ma'am. My name is Faith Ojieze from SPED International Secondary School, Oyo. And my question is this. If we remove grades, degrees, and certificates, what 3 skills will still make someone employable, let's say in the nearest future, like 2030 or more years to come? And the main question here is, why are we not teaching those skills first?
This girl, Sha. You remember? You guys remember? All right.
Then will you give her a round of applause? She has even been thinking of 2030. We have started now. You know, government has even introduced into every university, every polytechnic, every college of education, entrepreneurship. They have started now. There's never been a school you not see entrepreneur. Even in the military parts, you just choose one you love to. That is how we have it in other parts of the world, like Japan. When they want first generation to learn about something, they allow those generations to be at that part. The part they want in education, they fix them into that. But we have not grown up to that. But as you have it at the back of your mind, try to start learning the skill you want now. There has never been a wasted skill. If you have a society now, we don't have a caterer, we don't have an accountant, we don't have a builder, we don't have a software, we don't have an architect, we don't have an engineer, we don't have, even the entrepreneur, we don't have a teacher for it. Even the geographers, we don't have a teacher for them. The accountant, we don't have a teacher for them. You know, it is not working. So every part of the work, we call it social classification. Nobody is a waste. If as we gather here, some people don't mean to be sweeping this place, we can't be here. If all these things, electronics are faulty, nobody to repair them, we can. It won't last. The environment will not work. We should have the gardener. That is how the society will be living upon. We have the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class. That is how the society can work together. We can't all be in one space. We cannot be a doctor. We cannot be in a teaching or any medical environment. We have to certify. That's how the society works. Thank you.
I think Savio said something the other time. I would like him to.
Okay, so another thing the government has introduced is during your NYSC, you will do what is called a SAID. So you have to choose when I did mine, I did photography during my SAID. So it's just for you to learn, because they discovered that there are no white collar jobs out there for anybody. Just have, but we all have wants. We all have, you will graduate, you will need photographers. You would want to do birthday, you will need a Photoshop pictures and all the likes like that. They have fishery, they have different forms of vocational skills so that you can go into beyond. Even those people are more richer than people that are on paid salary, because they earn per the job they do, not waiting for monthly stipends that they want to receive. Thank you.
In addition to, you can also learn computer skills, artificial intelligence, because the world is becoming a global environment now. We are going to a point that almost everything that is going to be done is through the